This video is going to go over addition and subtraction rules for rounding with sig figs. The main rule here for rounding when you're adding or subtracting has to do with how precise each measurement is, meaning the measurement tool that was used, how many digits did it include? So when a measurement is added or subtracted, the answer can only be as precise as the least precise measurement. So what that means is, let's say that I have these two measurement tools here. I'm going to say that I have something that goes from 0 to 100 and has water about here. Now, based on my ability from this measurement tool, I would say that there's maybe 50 milliliters of water. Now, is it exactly 50? Not quite sure. It's definitely an estimate. It could be 53, could be 60, could be 40. All I'm assuming is that I know it's more than 0 and less than 100, and it looks about halfway. So I'm going to say 50. Then let's say that we have this other amount of water here. I'm going to say that that's 2.2. So I have 50 milliliters and I have 2.2. Now, in the second measurement tool, obviously we go to the tenths place, whereas the first one, we can only go to the tens place. And so looking at these two, if I were to combine them into one thing, I cannot be this confident that it's 52.2 milliliters. Because although I feel okay about this being 2.2, this 50 is very much a guess. And so to say with confidence that it's now 52.2 when I mix them together would be false confidence. For all I know, it's actually 50 now because it was 48 before. So when I round, I'm always going to be rounding based on my least precise measurement. And that has to do with addition and subtraction based on the place that the measurement was recorded. So if I look here at the first problem, my calculator tells me that when I add these two things together, I get 43.914. This measurement, the first one here, was recorded to the thousandths place. The next one was only recorded to the tenths place. And because the second one is less precise, our answer is going to be cut off at that same thing. So I have to cut my answer off right between the 10 and the hundredths place. So my final rounded answer would need to be based on this being a 143.9. The next one is a little tricky. I find that they're much easier to figure out where to slice when you have digits after the decimal. So in this case, you really have to think about where your last precise measurement is for each one. So here, the last precise measurement is in the ones place, but here it's in the hundreds. So that would mean that my final answer would be sliced in between right after the 100. When I add these together, I get 42.02, but because I have to round to the hundreds place, it becomes 4,200 as my final answer. Lastly, again, when you have decimal or digits after the decimal, it's pretty easy. You just essentially whatever shorter one, that's where you're going to chop. So here it's after the tenths place. So when I subtract, I get 726.3675 to 1. Again, this is just my calculator answer. The calculator is not going to try to be rounding for you. Because this is a 6 here, it's going to bump up the 3, so it becomes 726.4 as my final answer. And that's really all you need to know about addition subtraction rules. It's really just identifying which measurement has the further left last sig fig.